Welcome, everybody, to the Notorious OTB, brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And, folks, as always,
it's all good, baby. It was all a dream.
We used to read Blood Horse magazine. I got my
Cuban B.
And I'm your host, Chase Sessoms, the Wolf of Oaklawn.
I'd rather be trapped as than lazy. Don't care what they say, I'ma do what pays me.
It happens every year about this time. Weaklings act like they lost their mind. Alphas reclaim the neighborhood. Rob the sheep and all the wolves get good.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Joining me, as always, you might know him as the Michelangelo of the crying Michael Jordan. He's your favorite capper's favorite capper. Ladies and gentlemen, Barry the Sniper Spears.
You know how we do. Rockefeller. Forever. You can catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like Satan.
Barry, what's good?
Not much, homie. Feeling much better today. Still not 100%, but I got a little more pep in my step. I want to, tear the club up maybe later.
Tear the club up. Well, Barry, I have the apology club to tear up right now. So when I first got into horse racing, it was the first intro to the horse racing community was through the horse racing subreddit. And so I still visit from time to time for a little bit of nostalgia and reply to comments from new people and stuff. And someone before the Kentucky Derby posted, preparing for a sloppy track. Lots of storm chasers I follow are starting to talk about this storm into the week. Same kind that's been flooding the Midwest. Have any contenders ran in slop? So as just a consummate ambassador to the game, I started it off very politely. So my guess is that you're pretty new to this. Every Derby year, there's always a storm in the forecast for the Derby. Even if a storm pops up on Derby day itself, don't be surprised by the track maintenance crew ability to work it back to a fast track. I wouldn't spend tremendous amount of energy handicapping for a sloppy track. Okay, so I'm gonna explain myself here. This is what I had in my head. Was there was a subtext / a left off second part, which was when you're handicapping for muddy tracks coming up, it's best to not make a bunch of hard decisions going into the day because it's going to change a lot. There's a lot of track condition stuff. So the best way to prepare is just to prepare to be flexible is what I say. But I also answered that like an asshole. So, can't believe how I started. Just a reminder to the game. So I'm going to guess you're pretty new to this. What? So, to user
Did you actually use that voice in your head when you made that post?
I'm surprised I didn't italicize it so it didn't look like that too. So to Reddit user dodecahedron, I'm not going to spell it because I don't want to blow up their spot. I apologize. Public insult requires public apology, so I apologize for being just a douchebag. So there it is. I'm going to post this on Reddit later. Barry, how do you feel?
Should see more of that. More of the apology tour like that from everyone,
I usually deflect just how egregious what I did was by trying to be a little bit funny when I apologize. So there we go. Barry, it's Wednesday. You know what that means? It means best bets. That's right. Just like every Wednesday, Barry and I have picked out a card, inspected it from root to toot, and handcrafted these premium bets to present to you today before we finally make the jump to the racing festivities in Baltimore and Preakness weekend. We're looking at Horseshoe Indy one last day this week because for some reason they're not running in Baltimore all week. We're talking Horseshoe Indy Wednesday. That's right. This Wednesday, today, the 14th of May, year of our Lord 2025. Post time for the card 2:10 p.m. Eastern, 1:10 p.m. God's time, which is official at Pope's time, 11:10 a.m. Pacific time out on the Pacific Coast. And these can be high confidence picks. These can be high odds picks. Ideally, they're a little bit of both. Real quick, before we get into our picks for today, don't forget to check out the Sure Betties at Sure Bet Coffee. They would sure appreciate it. $1 of every bag sold goes to equine aftercare.
It's time to fuck shit up with Sure Bet in your cup.
That seamless transition to some past performances. Barry, we both have our best bet coming out of the same race. The good news is we're using two different horses, but they're both involved in some way. Race 6, 5.5 furlongs, $100,000. The Swifty sired Phillies handicap stakes on the dirt. I heard Swifty sired and I cringed just a little bit.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
Barry, what are you doing in race 6?
Yeah, this is a really interesting race from a pace scenario standpoint. It appears there's a lot of speed here. Some horses that recently broke their maiden or coming off a layoff who've shown some speed, which of course makes me believe that this pace will heat up front. I'm going to go with number 8, High Speed Justice. I have the idea that this horse probably doesn't need the lead. I think they were kind of forced last time to do that and go to the lead because of the post position this horse had. She was in the one hole and kind of fired out of there and just went on with it. I kind of think that was the plan, but not what they really wanted to do. So drawing outside, this horse could get a nice stalking trip. There's plenty of speed in here. The 10 horse who's 4 to 5 in this spot doesn't look bad by any means, but with all this speed, I can't see this horse getting a comfortable enough trip to really get a good shot at this one. So I'm going to go with the horse that's kind of on the rise. I think this race, from a buyer standpoint, a buyer speed figure standpoint, would probably be mid to upper 50s, would probably win this race. And it's not far-fetched for a horse like High Speed Justice, second start, to improve that much and be in that range in order to win this race, given the trip, pace scenario, etc. So, nice workout on May 6th, getting their go-to rider for the barn. They're at 25%. Jockey trainer combo. I mean, all systems are pointing to this horse running a good race today. So that's where we're going. Number 8, High Speed Justice, race 6. Let's go.
There we go. And Barry, as I'm looking at the past performances that I printed right before we start, I realized that there's a horse that's missing. It's the number 9. I guess that must have been an early scratch, which I'm going to have to make an adjustment to my my trifecta a little bit here.
Uh-oh.
Let me take a quick peek at the Manic Horseshoe Indy notes here. Okay. Race 6. Who else do we like? Oh, no one else. That's great. Okay.
Nobody.
I'll probably pepper in either the 3 or the 1. Okay. We'll say the. Okay. Either way, we'll move it on. I'll make that decision in my head in just a moment. All right. So, as I mentioned, my play also comes out of race 6. However, real quick, got to remind you, the Preakness is just around the corner, and there's no better time to get in on the action with Naira Bet. Sign up today using promo code SGPN200 and score a $200 deposit match bonus. Don't wait. Head to NairaBets.com/SGPN200 and claim your $200 deposit match bonus today. No better way to go ahead and build that bankroll for Preakness weekend than to just get free money. So take advantage of that. But I agreed with you in race 6 here that this race felt primed to beat this 4 to 5 morning line chalk in this race. The number 10 Molly's Potion, who took a big step forward and is the last out effort first off the layoff. I think that a horse that should be sitting a first run trip in this race is the one that takes advantage of the early pace here. And there are a few things I like at big prices. And I'm going to try to get cute with them. But my win bet is going to be, and I hate mush names, the 5. She's My Huckleberry at 12 to 1. I'm also going to play a try. We're going to go 5-8 with 3, 5-8, 10 with 3, 5-8, 10 and a $1 trifecta. And I'm win betting the 5 She's My Huckleberry for Stephen Fosdick. We say that again, Fosdick, who doesn't keep many horses or spot. Yeah, it sounds like a Muppet STD a little bit. Just like, oh man, Kermit got that Fosdick. So, since he doesn't have many horses, you'll notice he's only started 2 horses this Horseshoe Indy, made 8 horses this year. The fact that he's got one entered today in a Indiana bred stakes race makes you kind of like sit up when someone puts in a horse from a small string like that. And this one is a homebred for Bladen Davidson by Barishnikov. And the race 2 back, where the horse broke its maiden, was a big time effort, and I think is probably strong enough to win this race. Has a really strong 5 furlong workout, followed by a very strong 4 furlong workout that will likely turn some heads and impact our price. I like to call these horses bandolier horses because they just come in with a bullets hanging off their neck a little bit. But I do think that the price stays somewhat fair on the 5. She's my Huckleberry, so I'm win betting that. And the 2 horses I have at big prices I like on top in my trifecta, of course, that 5. She's my Huckleberry, and I already kind of mentioned it. Also, the 8 Barry's horse.
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
So, and instead of like wheeling in my traditional 3 horses in second place, I'm going to go 4 deep in second and third, and I'm going to use those 3 other 3 horses I mentioned. So it's going to be 5-8 with 5, 3, 8, 10 with 5, 3, 8, 10, $12 play for $1. I'm in for 22 total between the $10 win on 5. She's my Huckleberry, and the $1 try. 5-8 with 3, 5, 8, 10 with 3, 5, 8, 10. All right, that was like spitting out like Social Security numbers. Barry, you obviously looked at race 6. What did you have any thoughts on She's My Huckleberry?
I mean, this horse is coming off a layoff. It's hard to really know what this horse is going to do. The trainer really doesn't do it often. It's okay with it. This horse's best race so far would be right there with these, so why not? Wide open race, actually.
I've been wondering lately if I've been playing too much hero ball trying to hit dingers, or if I'm just getting accustomed to the life of being a long shot player as of late.
I think it's the that's the life we live in no chalk zone. I mean,
we didn't choose the game,
but it makes me happy when I see when prices at 260, 380, 460. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, right. And I'm not missing anything. It's when you miss and they pay like $40. That's when you can get like, I should have had that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but this race is wide open. I couldn't fault anybody for liking anyone, honestly, like literally anyone in this race. That's why 4 to 5.
I love the game. I love the hustle, man.
Love it.
I'm gonna do that right then, but like my finger twitched.
I was about to. But yeah, 4 to 5 on the favorite. It seems a little short.
Dumb. Feels dumb.
Yeah.
Feels dumb. All right. Well, Barry, without saying that you're legally obligated to wrap up picks, how do you feel about wrapping up some picks?
I feel good about that right now.
Let's get it. I think we're typo free.
Yes. Race 6. Oh, one more thing about this horse, High Speed Justice, is out of a King Mambo mare. And there's a possibility this horse might take to the wet track. So that's another feather in that one's cap, but we'll see. So race 6, we're going $20 to win on number 8, High Speed Justice. Let's go.
Let's go, he says. Let's go. We shall indeed. Here we go. Wednesday, my Horseshoe Indy best bets. Race 6, I've got a $10 win, the number 5 on the dreaded smush name. She's my Huckleberry. 12 to 1 on the morning line, and we're playing a $1 trifecta. Well, there were no typos, but then we just noticed a scratch. That's going to end up being 5-8 with 3, 5, 8, 10 with 3, 5, 8, 10. I hope some y'all have your captions on. Not the volume.
Receivers at when we need them.
Yeah, we need Nick Sievers.
Junior Mafia needs the support. We need their support right now.
Yeah, we do. Barry, it's Preakness week. His Freakness has beamed down into the Indiana cornfields and is making his way to Baltimore as we speak.
Pegasus.
I feel like, Pegasus, exactly. I feel like we've paid the appropriate amount of attention to the Preakness this year.
Yeah, it might be it seems more of a focal point for some reason, but hopefully the race is good and the day is good and everybody wins. That's what we want.
That's what I'm talking about. Hopefully everyone wins. Well, guys, we'll be back at it tomorrow. We're going to be doing the Thursday Big Show at our traditional time, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. God's time, to talk about Black-Eyed Susan Day with a $100 budget. Then don't forget Friday. We're going to be bright and early, 12 a.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. God's time, with the Time Lord, Craig Milkowski, who's going to join us for our Preakness Day $100 budget show. So check that out. We love you. We'll be back. Until then, bye-bye.